Welcome to the YouTube channel The Right Place. Today we will explore the enchanting world of vintage rustic garden ideas with repurposed materials, where creativity meets timeless beauty. Gardens are not just spaces for plants, but also reflections of personality, history, and art. By repurposing materials, you can create an atmosphere that feels cozy, natural, and elegant while also being environmentally friendly. In this video, we will show you how to transform ordinary materials into extraordinary garden elements that radiate rustic charm. From planters to pathways, every detail can be crafted to highlight the beauty of vintage design without feeling old or worn out. The right combination of texture, color, and placement can make your garden look like a serene escape. Before we begin, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our creative inspirations here at The Right Place. Let's get started on this wonderful journey into rustic vintage beauty. One, the charm of repurposed planters. One of the most captivating aspects of vintage rustic gardens is the way repurposed materials can be transformed into unique planters. Instead of traditional pots, think about using materials that add character and warmth to your garden's overall atmosphere. The arrangement of plants in creative planters brings a personal touch and makes the garden space feel alive with stories and originality. Repurposed planters can add depth and dimension to a rustic garden while maintaining a clean and elegant appearance. Carefully chosen containers with smooth finishes or neutral tones can complement greenery beautifully without appearing neglected. The vintage element comes not from damage but from the timeless appeal of these thoughtfully repurposed items. By combining textures and plant varieties, these planters become focal points that highlight your garden's rustic beauty. Imagine how herbs, flowers, or trailing vines can cascade naturally, softening the look of structured containers while maintaining balance. The artistry lies in blending natural growth with materials that carry history, creating a vintage aesthetic that feels warm and welcoming. 2. Rustic garden pathways with character. A rustic garden is incomplete without pathways that guide you through its beauty. Repurposed materials can be used to create stunning walkways that enhance the sense of exploration and nostalgia. Pathways with soft, Natural lines make the garden more inviting and encourage you to wander slowly, enjoying each detail of the carefully crafted landscape. Using repurposed stones, tiles, or wooden planks, you can design paths that blend harmoniously with plants and flowers. These materials should be arranged with purpose, making sure they remain strong and polished while providing a rustic charm. The interplay between greenery and well-chosen pathway elements creates a perfect balance between structure and freedom. Rustic garden pathways are not just functional, but also serve as visual guides that frame your outdoor sanctuary. Each step becomes part of a story, moving through areas filled with natural textures and vintage appeal. A thoughtfully designed path transforms an ordinary garden into a timeless retreat where every journey feels like stepping back into a simpler, more graceful era. 3. Cozy corners with repurposed furniture. Adding cozy seating areas to a rustic garden elevates its purpose from just being decorative to truly livable. Repurposed furniture pieces, when maintained with care, bring comfort and charm to outdoor spaces. They create an inviting atmosphere where people can relax, read, or simply enjoy the surrounding greenery while feeling connected to nature. Chairs, benches, or tables made from repurposed materials can complement the natural surroundings without looking worn or shabby. Instead, they showcase elegance through simplicity and thoughtful placement. Cushions, throws, or simple accessories can enhance the cozy effect, ensuring that these corners reflect both function and style in harmony. These garden corners become extensions of your home, merging the indoors with the outdoors through rustic beauty. A well-placed seating arrangement allows you to experience the fragrance of flowers and the rustle of leaves while being surrounded by character-rich elements. Repurposed furniture provides the timeless charm of vintage aesthetics without losing its graceful allure. 4. Garden decor from repurposed treasures. A rustic vintage garden thrives on the thoughtful use of decorative accents made from repurposed treasures. These elements add storytelling and charm, enhancing the garden's atmosphere with personality and depth. Carefully selected decor pieces highlight the uniqueness of your garden while maintaining harmony with nature. Whether it's a repurposed frame for a vertical garden or an artful sculpture placed among flowers, the key lies in blending beauty with function. These additions should not overpower the greenery, but instead complement it, giving a balanced rustic appeal. Their presence creates focal points that guide the eye naturally through the outdoor space. 'By choosing repurposed materials with elegant lines and timeless finishes, you ensure that the decor enriches the garden without feeling outdated. Each piece can bring subtle sophistication, weaving together vintage charm with natural beauty. These creative touches turn the garden into a personalized haven full of rustic character and inviting warmth. 5. Repurposed garden borders and frames. Borders and frames in a rustic vintage garden help define spaces while adding a touch of artistry. Repurposed materials can be skillfully adapted to create elegant edges that guide the flow of plants and pathways. These frames not only add order, but also elevate the overall aesthetic of the garden into a polished yet natural masterpiece. 'Using repurposed wood, stone, or other natural materials, you can craft borders that feel organic yet intentional. The idea is to emphasize natural textures without letting them appear neglected, highlighting plants in a way that enhances their beauty. These subtle divisions create a structured design that remains warm and welcoming. Frames and borders made with repurposed materials turn ordinary garden layouts into extraordinary displays. They allow different plant varieties to shine in their own spaces while maintaining unity throughout the garden. With the right design choices, these elements showcase the elegance of rustic vintage charm in a way that is both refined and timeless. 6. Lighting with rustic elegance. Lighting is the finishing touch that transforms a rustic vintage garden into a magical retreat. Repurposed materials can be turned into elegant lanterns, candle holders, or light frames that glow warmly among plants and pathways. The soft illumination highlights textures and shapes, making the garden inviting even after sunset. Well-placed lighting made from repurposed treasures should emphasize charm without overwhelming the natural beauty. Instead of being flashy, the focus is on creating a soothing glow that complements the greenery and rustic elements. This creates a timeless atmosphere of tranquility and intimacy within your garden space. 'When combined with thoughtful garden design, lighting enhances the vintage rustic theme beautifully. Each lamp or lantern becomes part of the story, guiding visitors gently while maintaining elegance. By using repurposed materials with care, your garden gains a warm personality that invites relaxation and admiration throughout the day and into the night. 7. Vertical garden accents with repurposed materials. Vertical gardens are an excellent way to enhance rustic charm while making efficient use of space. By repurposing materials into wall-mounted planters, trellises, or layered shelves, You can create lush greenery that rises upward instead of spreading outward. This design not only saves ground space but also adds depth, texture, and visual impact to your rustic garden. Repurposed wooden frames, sturdy lattice panels, or creative shelving can serve as both functional and decorative vertical structures. They allow climbing plants, herbs, and flowers to flourish while showcasing a vintage-inspired design. These accents balance practicality with beauty, turning plain walls or fences into living works of rustic art. 'A vertical rustic garden created from repurposed elements becomes a focal point of elegance and sustainability. Each layer of greenery feels like a painting in motion, blending natural life with timeless textures. With thoughtful arrangement, these accents breathe life into unused corners, proving that vertical beauty can be as enchanting as traditional landscapes. 8. Repurposed water features with rustic charm. Water features bring a calming atmosphere to any garden, and when created with repurposed materials, they add an even deeper layer of rustic beauty. Imagine the soothing sound of trickling water combined with natural textures that give your outdoor space a vintage yet polished charm. The result is a sensory experience that elevates your garden into a peaceful sanctuary. Repurposed containers, basins, or carefully designed stone elements can become stunning water fountains or mini ponds. These features need not appear worn. Instead, they should reflect elegance in their simplicity and harmony with nature. With proper placement, the water glistens under sunlight, enhancing the rustic mood with a sense of timeless serenity. Adding aquatic plants or subtle lighting near these features completes the vintage rustic appeal. The combination of sound, reflection, and greenery creates a tranquil balance that soothes the soul. Repurposed water features thus embody both functionality and artistry, becoming highlights that draw people closer to the heart of your garden. 9. Rustic pergolas and arches with repurposed designs. Pergolas and arches are architectural accents that add drama and charm to rustic gardens. Crafted from repurposed materials, they become elegant frames for climbing vines, roses, or ivy, guiding the eye upward and inviting exploration. These structures not only define entryways or seating areas, but also infuse timeless beauty into the garden. Repurposed wooden beams, panels, or other durable materials can be designed to create graceful lines without feeling heavy. The rustic aesthetic comes alive when the pergola blends seamlessly with greenery, offering shade, intimacy, and visual balance. These structures act as both functional coverings and beautiful artistic statements. 'Arches and pergolas transform gardens into enchanting retreats that feel both cozy and expansive. When adorned with climbing plants and subtle decor, they create picturesque views that evoke vintage elegance. Repurposed materials bring authenticity to these designs, ensuring they carry both beauty and sustainability in harmony. 10. Repurpose garden storage with style. Storage is essential in every garden, but in a rustic vintage setting, it can also be stylish and inspiring. Repurposed cabinets, shelving, or storage units provide practical solutions while contributing to the aesthetic theme. Instead of looking out of place, storage becomes part of the design, blending seamlessly into the garden environment. By choosing smooth finishes and natural textures, these repurposed storage elements maintain elegance while offering functionality. They can hold tools, seeds, or accessories while doubling as decorative features. This ensures the garden remains organized, clean, and welcoming, without compromising on the rustic charm that defines the space. 'Creative repurposed storage also encourages personalization, making the garden feel like an extension of your lifestyle. Whether tucked under a pergola or standing gracefully near a seating area, these storage solutions add charm without clutter. In this way, rustic design proves that practicality and beauty can exist side by side. 11. Repurposed trellises and plant supports. Trellises and plant supports are not only functional, but can also serve as design elements that enhance rustic charm. Repurposed materials offer the chance to create unique structures that guide climbing plants beautifully. These supports bring vertical elegance, making the garden feel layered, vibrant, and thoughtfully arranged. 'Wooden panels, frames, or crafted metal structures can all be adapted into trellises that reflect rustic aesthetics without appearing worn. When carefully placed, they allow flowering vines or vegetables to climb gracefully, adding height and texture to the garden design. Their presence creates harmony between growth and structure. 'Trellises built from repurposed treasures are both sustainable and charming, embodying the essence of vintage creativity. As plants weave their way upward, these structures become natural art pieces that evolve with the seasons. The blend of repurposed craftsmanship and organic growth makes trellises indispensable in rustic garden design. 12. Seasonal rustic decor with repurposed flair. Seasonal decor brings freshness and celebration to a rustic garden, and repurposed materials provide endless opportunities for creativity. Each season offers a chance to highlight different aspects of vintage beauty through accents that complement plants and weather changes. From spring blossoms to autumn hues, rustic gardens evolve with thoughtful touches. Repurposed containers, decorative frames, or artistic accents can be rotated with seasonal themes. For example, spring flowers can brighten simple repurposed planters, while autumn arrangements might feature warm colors displayed in rustic containers. Each transition reflects the garden's living rhythm while maintaining its timeless appeal. By incorporating seasonal rustic decor, the garden always feels alive and relevant, never static or repetitive. The repurposed accents carry continuity, while plants and colors shift naturally with the year. This combination ensures the rustic vintage design remains vibrant, refreshing, and deeply connected to nature. Conclusion: we've explored how vintage rustic garden ideas with repurposed materials can turn any outdoor space into a sanctuary of timeless charm. From planters and pathways to arches and lighting, each element contributes to a harmonious blend of creativity, sustainability, and natural beauty. The rustic style celebrates authenticity while keeping everything elegant and inviting. Repurposing materials is more than just a design choice. It's a statement of care for both style and sustainability. Each piece tells a story, blending history with fresh purpose while enriching your garden with character. This approach allows you to create spaces that are not only visually stunning, but also emotionally resonant. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the enchanting world of rustic vintage gardens here at the right place. Don't forget to like this video, share it with friends who love garden inspiration, and subscribe for more creative ideas. May your own garden bloom with rustic charm and repurposed elegance. See you in the next video.